Cardiologist warns. Millions do this every morning without knowing the risk. Every single morning, millions of people follow the same routine, without realizing that one simple habit could be quietly putting stress on their heart. It doesn't seem dangerous. In fact, it feels completely normal, something you've probably been doing for years without a second thought. But according to heart specialists, certain common morning habits may have a bigger impact on your cardiovascular health than most people realize. And the most surprising part? Many of these habits are often considered harmless or even healthy. Research and discussions often referenced by organizations like the American Heart Association highlight how daily routines, especially in the morning, can influence blood pressure, heart rhythm, and overall cardiovascular stress. The problem is not that these habits are immediately harmful. It's that over time, when repeated every single day, they can slowly add up. And because the effects are gradual, most people never connect the habit with the outcome. But here's the good news. Once you become aware of it, it's often very easy to adjust. And those small changes can make a meaningful difference in how your body feels and functions. Welcome to the channel, where we focus on simple, practical ways to support your health and well-being, especially as you move into your 50s, 60s, and beyond. In today's video, we'll uncover a common morning habit that millions of people do, and why some cardiologists suggest being more mindful about it. Make sure you stay with us until the end, because we'll also talk about what you can do instead, without completely changing your routine. Before we reveal the specific habit, it's important to understand why mornings are such a critical time for your heart. When you wake up, your body goes through several natural changes. Your blood pressure begins to rise. Your heart rate increases. Hormones like cortisol are released to help you become more alert and active. This transition from sleep to wakefulness is a normal and necessary process. However, it's also a time when the cardiovascular system can be more sensitive. According to research often discussed by the National Institutes of Health, certain cardiovascular events are more likely to occur during the early hours of the day. This doesn't mean mornings are dangerous, but it does mean that what you do right after waking up can have a noticeable impact on how your heart responds. Now let's talk about the habit. For many people, the day doesn't truly begin until that first cup of coffee. It's comforting. It's energizing. And for some, it feels absolutely essential. But here's where things get interesting. Drinking coffee immediately after waking up, especially on an empty stomach, may not always be the best choice for everyone. Caffeine is a stimulant. It works by increasing alertness, but it can also temporarily raise heart rate and blood pressure. For most healthy individuals, this effect is mild and short-lived. However, for some people, especially older adults or those sensitive to caffeine, the impact may be more noticeable. When you combine this with the body's natural morning surge in blood pressure, it may create additional stress on the cardiovascular system. This doesn't mean coffee is bad. In fact, moderate coffee consumption is often considered acceptable in many dietary guidelines. The key issue here is timing and context. Drinking coffee immediately upon waking, before your body has had time to fully adjust, may not be ideal for everyone. Another factor to consider is hydration. After several hours of sleep, the body is naturally slightly dehydrated. Jumping straight to coffee instead of water may delay proper hydration, and hydration plays an important role in maintaining normal blood circulation. So what's a better approach? A simple adjustment is to start your day with a glass of water. Give your body a little time, even 20 to 30 minutes, before having your first cup of coffee. This allows your system to wake up more gradually. It also helps support hydration, which can make a difference in how your body responds to caffeine. For many people, this small change doesn't feel like a big sacrifice, but it can help create a more balanced start to the day. The second common morning habit is something most people don't even think about. Getting out of bed too quickly. It may seem harmless. After all, it's just part of your routine. You wake up, sit up, and get moving. but your body doesn't instantly switch from a resting state to full activity. When you're lying down, your blood pressure and heart rate are lower. If you suddenly stand up too quickly, your body may not have enough time to adjust. This can lead to a temporary drop in blood pressure, sometimes referred to as postural or orthostatic changes. In simple terms, it can make you feel lightheaded, dizzy, unsteady. For younger individuals, this might pass quickly, but for older adults, it can increase the risk of imbalance or even falls. And from a cardiovascular perspective, these sudden shifts can place additional stress on the system. A more gentle approach can make a difference. Instead of jumping out of bed immediately, sit up slowly, pause for a few seconds, let your body adjust, then stand up gradually. This gives your cardiovascular system time to adapt. It's a small change, but one that can help you feel more stable and in control. The third habit is something many people do without realizing it. Starting the day with a high-sodium breakfast. Common examples include processed meats like sausages or bacon, packaged breakfast items, instant noodles, salty snacks. As we discussed in previous videos, sodium plays an important role in the body, but too much of it can affect blood pressure. When you consume high amounts of sodium, the body may retain more water, which can increase pressure on blood vessels. According to guidance often shared by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, managing sodium intake is an important part of supporting heart health. In the morning, when blood pressure is already naturally rising, adding excess sodium may not be ideal. This doesn't mean you need to eliminate all flavor from your meals. It simply means being more mindful of what you're choosing. A better alternative is to opt for a more balanced breakfast. For example, oatmeal fruits, eggs, whole grain options. These foods provide nutrients without excessive sodium, and they can help support more stable energy levels throughout the day. Exercise is one of the best things you can do for your body. There's no doubt about that. Regular physical activity supports heart health, improves circulation, and helps maintain overall well-being. But timing matters. Jumping into intense exercise immediately after waking up may not be ideal for everyone, especially without giving your body time to warm up. As we discussed earlier, your body goes through a natural transition in the morning. Blood pressure is rising. Heart rate is increasing. Your muscles are still in a resting state. Starting high-intensity workouts right away, like heavy lifting, sprinting, or intense cardio, may put sudden stress on the cardiovascular system. According to discussions often referenced by the American Heart Association, gradual warm-ups can help the body adjust more safely to physical activity. The issue here is not exercise itself, it's the sudden intensity. A better approach is to ease into your workout. Start with light stretching, slow walking, gentle movement. Give your body 5 to 10 minutes to warm up before increasing intensity. This allows your heart, muscles, and circulation to adjust more naturally. And in the long run, it can make your workouts feel better and more effective. Before we move to the next habit, here's something important. The next one is something millions of people do within minutes of waking up, and most don't realize how often they repeat it every single day. For many people, the first thing they do in the morning is reach for their phone. Notifications, messages, news, social media. It has become a habit that feels almost automatic. But this simple action may have a subtle effect on your body, especially your stress levels. When you check your phone right after waking up, you're instantly exposing your mind to information, stimulation, and sometimes stress. This can trigger a mental and emotional response. Your brain shifts quickly from a relaxed state into a more alert and sometimes anxious state, and when the mind becomes stressed, the body can respond as well. This may include increased heart rate, elevated stress hormones, mental tension early in the day. While this might not seem like a big issue in the moment, repeating it every morning can affect how your day begins. Instead of starting calmly, your body goes straight into a reactive mode. A simple adjustment can help. Instead of checking your phone immediately, take a few minutes for yourself. Stretch, breathe. Drink water. Allow your mind and body to wake up naturally before engaging with external information. This small habit can create a more relaxed and controlled start to your day. The final habit on this list is skipping breakfast altogether. Now, this topic can be a bit controversial, because different people follow different routines, and what works for one person may not work for another. However, for many individuals, especially older adults, completely skipping the first meal of the day may not always be ideal. After several hours of sleep, your body has gone without food. Energy levels may be lower, and your system is preparing to start the day. Skipping breakfast may lead to low energy levels, increased hunger later in the day, overeating in later meals. From a general health perspective, a balanced morning meal can help provide steady energy and support normal body functions. Research discussions often referenced by the National Institutes of Health suggest that regular eating patterns may play a role in overall metabolic balance. This doesn't mean you need a large or heavy breakfast. Even something light can be helpful. For example, a piece of fruit yogurt, oatmeal, eggs. The goal is to give your body some fuel to start the day. And just as important, choosing foods that are balanced and not overly processed. Now that we've gone through these common morning habits, you might notice something important. None of them seem dangerous on their own. They feel normal, they feel routine, they feel harmless. And that's exactly why they often go unnoticed. The real impact comes from repetition. Doing the same thing every single morning, over weeks, months, and years, can gradually influence how your body responds. The good news is, these habits are not difficult to change. You don't need to completely redesign your lifestyle. You just need small, intentional adjustments. And those small adjustments, over time, can lead to meaningful improvements in how your body feels and functions. Small changes can make a big difference. The good news is, you don't need to make drastic changes to improve your health. In fact, the most effective approach is often the simplest one. Small, consistent adjustments can have a powerful impact over time. For example, drinking water before coffee, taking a few seconds before getting out of bed, choosing a lighter, balanced breakfast, starting your day calmly instead of rushing. These changes may seem minor, but when repeated every day, they can support your body in a much more balanced way. Create a calmer start to your day. One of the best things you can do for your heart and your overall well-being is to create a calm and steady morning routine. Instead of rushing into the day, try to slow things down just a little. Give your body time to wake up naturally. Simple habits like deep breathing, light stretching, sitting quietly for a moment, stepping outside for fresh air can help your system transition more smoothly from rest to activity. And when your body starts the day in a calm state, it can influence how you feel for the rest of the day. Build better morning habits. Your morning routine sets the tone for everything that follows, so it's worth making it as supportive as possible. Instead of focusing only on what to avoid, think about what you can add. A glass of water, a simple, balanced meal, gentle movement, a few minutes of quiet time. These habits don't require a lot of effort, but they can help create a stronger foundation for your health. Consistency matters more than intensity. A common mistake people make is trying to change everything at once. They decide to completely overhaul their routine, and within a few days, it becomes difficult to maintain. But real, lasting improvement doesn't come from extreme changes. It comes from consistency. Doing something small every day is far more powerful than doing something big occasionally. Even a single healthy habit, repeated daily, can create noticeable results over time. A simple perspective on your heart. Think about your heart for a moment. It has been working for you every second of your life. day and night, without pause. And yet most of the time, we don't think about it. We don't notice it until something feels wrong. But the reality is, your heart responds to your daily habits. Not just big decisions, but small ones. How you start your morning, what you eat, how you move, how you manage stress. All of these things play a role, and after a certain age, the body becomes more sensitive to these patterns, which means your choices matter even more. It's never too late to adjust. One of the most important things to remember is this: it's never too late to make a positive change. No matter how long you've followed a certain routine, you can always adjust. You can always improve. And you don't need to be perfect. Even small improvements can lead to meaningful benefits over time. Final thought. Before closing, the habits we discussed today are not meant to alarm you. They are meant to help you become more aware of how your daily routine may be affecting your body. Because once you understand that, you gain the ability to make better choices. And better choices, repeated consistently, can lead to better outcomes. Taking care of your heart doesn't always require big, complicated changes. Sometimes it's the small things you do every morning that matter the most. The habits you follow right after you wake up. The choices you make without even thinking. Over time, these small actions can shape how your body feels, how your energy flows, and how your heart responds. And the best part is, you have the power to adjust those habits. You don't need to change everything overnight. Just start small. Be a little more aware. Make a few better choices. Give your body the support it needs. Because when small changes are repeated every day, they turn into powerful results. If you found this video helpful, share it with someone who might benefit from this. A friend, a parent, or a loved one. And if you want more simple, practical tips to stay healthy and protect your heart, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. Because your health is built one habit at a time. Stay healthy, stay informed, and we'll see you in the next video.